All right, crack open a tepid Genesee, watch the pictures as they travel through your neighbor's Wi-Fi. It's the Rees Company. I'm Steve Rees, the bull of American broadcasting, alongside the great Chris Morganti. We're closing out the year here at Oak Lane Skunk Works. This is the final show of our first calendar year in this facility.
Time flies, huh?
It doesn't, though. Jim and I were talking earlier. This year seemed to have dragged, especially when we had the meeting to come to this place. That seems like at least 5 years ago, does it not?
I kind of feel the opposite. But,
Really? Flew by?
It's all your perspective on
Flew
things.
by for you?
Yeah.
All right, well, difference of opinion. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I don't know why you keep asking me that.
Well,
Do I look unwell?
well, when you came in, you seemed a little dour, as though something was on your mind that you didn't want to talk about. But then it just appeared that you were just maybe tired.
No, I'm neither of those things.
Well, what's going on?
I'm ready to rock, Steve.
You're ready to rock. Okay, I'll take your word for that. And I'm sure the folks will as well. Christmas. We just experienced Christmas.
Yeah.
How was your Christmas?
Oh, yippee. I had a great time. Who gives a shit? No, I'm leaning into
okay, gotcha.
I'm leaning into it. No,
Gotcha.
I mean, it was fine. I
Gotcha.
Yeah. How was yours?
Oh, it was fantastic.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, my mother and my uncle came over. My uncle's in town from Pittsburgh.
Okay.
So it was a quiet dinner, just a small family, and a lot of wedding talk between the A-bomb and my mother.
Gotcha.
So there's a lot of that going on, a lot of discussion, a lot of circular discussion.
Meaning what?
Well, ideas are settled on and then changed,
Yeah.
but we have until October, so there's no rush for any of this.
Yeah.
And it's all a work in progress, and everybody's very excited. So that's taking place. Now, I see you're drinking a coffee.
I am.
Doesn't appear. It doesn't seem that way. I'm not saying there's anything else in there, but I think a coffee might actually help your situation.
My situation being what, Steve?
I don't know what the situation is, Chris.
I normally have a coffee before the show. I just haven't quite finished it yet.
Right.
But, yeah, I don't know, man.
All right. Ready to rock.
That's what I said.
Okay. It seems like you're getting annoyed with the operation.
No. Compared to when? We were both extremely annoyed for the majority of our run.
We were both extremely annoyed. But now that season 3 has begun, things have changed, and I think we should both be very pleased with how things are. When I say the operation, I don't mean the operation on the other end. I mean the operation on our end. Is it the movies?
No. I mean, I think it's a good bit. It's a solid bit. We have something pretty good to add to it this week.
Right.
No.
So what does that leave? It's just me.
Dude, I think you're reading. I'm sorry if you know what? Next time I'm going to come in here like freaking Slappy the Clown.
Yeah, but
do a cartwheel, spray you with a flower with water shooting out of it, and then everyone will be happy, I guess.
But this was the first time you ever came in, and it seemed like you were bothered about being here. That's how it felt.
Oh, well.
It's like, are you ready to do this? Gonna do that? All right, well, let's do it whenever you're ready.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, man. Maybe I need maybe I need to get myself in a character more before the show begins.
But see, Chris, perhaps I'm projecting.
Hey, man, you seemed kind of annoyed last week, so maybe
Because I felt like you were annoyed.
I don't know what to tell you.
But you didn't show up annoyed last week. This week, it seemed like I don't know. Are we bothering Chris? Does Chris not want to be here? I need Chris to be here.
Look, you can spend the whole show trying to mine this whatever
this
it is.
thing that doesn't exist.
Exactly.
Well, I think it should be acknowledged because if there is something I need to know, I think the audience has a right to know as well. Well, in that case, you want to just get right into this, Chris?
Our movie of the week.
Yeah.
Did we say last week what it was?
We did not.
I believe we decided in the interim to do what's it called? Quarterback Princess.
Quarterback Princess. Yeah. Now this is from 1983 on CBS, and it stars Helen Hunt in the title role. And unlike any of the other films we've discussed, this one is based on a true story. and it's the true story of a girl called Tami Maida. Now, she's a teenager, 14 years old, and her family moves down from Canada. So
Well,
her father...
I just got to stop you right there, Steve, because rape and marriage was based on a true story.
You know what? I forgot.
Yeah.
That is indeed the case. It was not only a true story, it led to a court case that I guess tested a precedent.
Yes,
In
it
the
was
state of
actually a
Oregon.
historic court case.
Right.
Yeah.
So my mistake. We go back to the state of Oregon for this one. On the way to the new home from British Columbia to Oregon, they see the local high school football team practicing. So Mr. Maida, Helen Hunt's father, Tami Maida, Mr. Maida stops to chat with the coach, which leads to this exchange. Let's see this.
We practice Monday through Friday, noon to 3 till school starts. I can work in a tryout anytime.
Good. I'll have her bring these back on Monday, okay?
Sure. I'll need a doctor's certificate too, but there's no rush. We won't start scrimmaging before, You just said her.
Yeah, it's my daughter, Tami.
Your daughter, Tami, wants to be a football player.
Mm-hmm.
Well, golly, sure would like to have Tami on my team. But school board would never go for it. It's my tough luck.
Are you saying we have to go to the school board first?
Tell me something. Why in hell would you want to push your daughter into a man's sport like football? Don't you have any sons at home?
No. And if I did, I wouldn't push them into playing football either. But if that's what they wanted to do, I'd try to give them the opportunity to do it. It's what Tami wants. So when is this school board meeting?
It's a week from Friday.
Good. We'll be there. Any other questions?
Just one. What position does Tami play?
Quarterback.
All right. Well, isn't that the best possible answer, Chris?
What? Quarterback?
Yeah.
In what way?
Well, there's a girl who wants to play football. Isn't that the best possible answer to what position does she play? Apart from maybe kicker.
Yeah.
He could have said linebacker.
Right. Well, there have been female kickers that, show up every couple of years, and that's a fairly common thing, actually.
Right.
But yeah, I guess, if you could just sit back there and hand the ball off and really be in not much danger, so I suppose.
Yeah. And also, isn't her position dependent on the coach's discretion?
Yeah, that's normally how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's what happens just seconds after what we just saw.
Okay. Tell me what happened.
Well, first, the school board has to vote on whether you even get a chance to try out. If they
Just a swarm of hens in this
you get
family.
to bump heads with the rest of the team and show them what you can do. But I don't think the coach is going to be on your side. Still want to go through with it?
Yeah.
Okay. We're with you all the way.
Yeah. Chris?
No?
What's weird about that is I don't really understand. Did he drive back to Canada to give them this news? He's in a different outfit now.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe that was back in Canada because what he said was they were only moving there for a year so he could finish his doctorate degree.
Right.
So I believe he was down there taking care of some business, renting the house as we might see later, but I think he was just down there taking care of some business and then went back up to pick up the family.
Well, that makes it make more sense because it seemed to me from the way it was laid out visually, he left that meeting and went straight home.
Yeah. No, I don't think that was the case. And then the next scene, I don't know where we're jumping to next, but in the next scene, you see them arrive at their rental home.
Yeah.
Do we have that on here?
Let me see.
Because that was...
No, actually, next, we're going to go right to the school board meeting, but let's talk about that scene.
Right.
Where they arrive at their rental home?
Yeah. And they've apparently that's another way you know that some time has elapsed. Because by the time they get to their rental home, everyone in town has heard about the girl quarterback.
Right.
And they're all very unhappy about it to the extent that they lock them out of their rental home forcing them to camp on the front yard like a bunch of gypsy hobos.
Yeah, the landlord hasn't left the key for them. And it's not until he returns. He's away for the weekend. I guess this is a Friday they turn up. He hasn't left the key. And on Monday, when he comes home or comes back to town, that's when we find out the reason why he didn't leave the key is because he heard there was a girl football player in the family.
Yeah,
And this is apparently a big problem for a lot of people in town.
apparently.
And it also seems code for something like a hulking brute of a woman that they're imagining.
Right.
But then they're doubly taken aback when they see that this football player is the lovely Helen Hunt.
Right.
And I feel comfortable saying that because she was 20 years old when she played this role.
Well, yeah, 19 maybe, but yeah, she was of age.
Yeah. So now we're going to go right to the school board meeting. Let's see some of this.
Quiet, please! We can't conduct business with everyone talking at once.
Mr. Kane, I believe you wish to say something in opposition to the matter before the board.
Damn right I do. I oppose any girl playing football. It is an insult to the game. And besides that, this is grizzly country. We have a tradition here, don't we? You bet you can.
Why don't we let her be a cheerleader?
There you go. Give her a doll to play with. You all know my boy BJ, right? Yeah. He is going to have a great senior year this year at center. Now, what the hell chance is he going to have for a scholarship if he is snapping the ball to some girl reaching down there between his legs?
Yeah, I actually test drove this film, Chris, a few weeks ago, thinking this is one we might want to watch.
Okay.
And I decided against talking about it after I saw this part. I got this far into it, but I abandoned it because of this part. Because MacGyver's boss over here, he makes the whole point that not having watched all of it, I thought I would have made about this film's premise, that scholarships are at stake. And in football, they're not awarded to women. So it's unfair that, just to illustrate a point, I guess, a gal like this would sabotage the dreams of a boy who's been working towards something all his life, without marrying him.
Yeah. However, if we were to interject reality into this and look at what actually happened, we'll find that was never the case, and this is all fictional.
There are true elements and fictional elements.
Yeah, but I guess we'll get to that more towards the end. But
right, and you may know more about this than I do.
that was never a real concern. Anyone losing a scholarship, but we'll get to that later.
But the idea of girls playing high school football is a real concern.
Well, I mean, if you lose your starting quarterback job to a girl, were you really in line for a scholarship? It seems like not a very valid concern.
That's actually a great point. But I am glad to say I did watch it all. There's so much more going on here. Now, because of Title IX and because there isn't a girls' football team at this school, the school board decides they have to let her try out, which means basically the public hearing was unnecessary.
Yeah.
There was no reason for that convention.
Yeah.
But we did get to hear folks yell, "Let her be a cheerleader." And my favorite, you all heard it, "Give her a doll to play with."
Sure. That makes sense.
What's that? The lady. Yeah. Well, now, with all this opposition she's facing from the community, imagine if she went to the tryout and a dog was the snapper. There's a mule kicking field goals. And everyone's all right with that. That would make her feel small. But that, of course, doesn't happen. Let's see some of the tryout.
Hi, I'm BJ.
Damn it! Play ball, son!
Set. Hut.
Go along.
Set. Hut.
So she's doing well.
Yeah, she's doing really well.
Hey, little girl.
And the other boys on the team,
My mom.
we'll see. They take to her right away.
Yeah.
They have no problems with her being on the team.
Well, of course not. Her potential teammates are perfectly fine with the situation.
Right.
Perfectly fine with her being a girl. And all that checks out against the real story, I believe.
Right.
All they want to do is win.
Yeah.
And she appears to be a possible keystone to major lodge victories. She has the goods, and that puts the coach in an awkward situation.
Yeah, because the coach is also like, after a couple practices, he says, okay, she's good enough to be on the team. So he has no problem with her being there either.
Right.
Just like the players, but as we'll see, some other people do.
Yeah, they have differing opinions.
Nobody wants the girl to make the team. So what is the problem?
Off the record, she's got a good arm. Speed, reactions, good instincts.
Ainsworth, you are a young man, and this is your first big job, so we're going to pretend that you didn't even say that.
That's right.
Now, I have seen her, and I don't care if she spits bullets. She is still a female, and females are different.
Right.
You can't depend on them. They are weaker. They are injury-prone. Now, why even discuss
They
it?
leave you on your 40th birthday for some hotshot vacuum cleaner salesman from Yakima. I think this guy's resistance to the female quarterback is possibly rooted in something else.
Yeah.
I think he's telling on himself here. And, man, so with this guy in his ear, it's only begrudgingly that the coach chooses Tami for the team, but as a third-string quarterback. But she's on the team.
Oh, I thought we were rolling right into the next clip.
Oh, we can if you want. I thought you might have had something to say.
Yeah, she's on the team. She made the team.
Okay, so, but this is now her first official practice. She's allowed to use the girls' locker room, and then she joins the rest of the team when she's ready.
Right.
Hey, Maida, welcome to Grizzly Country.
Guys, it's Tami Maida and her super bra.
Can we pause it right here?
That's the end of the clip, yeah.
Pause it right there. Now, is that Tim Robbins? Yeah. I mean, he's definitely in this movie. I just can't see if that's the
Yes,
character
that's
right
Tim
there.
Robbins.
Yeah, so there you go.
And I think we should point out that the player on the left is Dana Elkar's son in this movie. The guy who's yelling in restaurants and school board meetings that girls are icky. That's his son on the left. And on the right, as you mentioned, Tim Robbins, and he greets her with an enthusiasm he couldn't even hide behind a poster of Rita Hayworth. So now it's game night. And the Grizzlies, if you haven't picked this up yet, that's the team. They're struggling. They burn through 2 QBs, one of whom is Tim Robbins, who, for some reason, just runs backwards for a 25-yard loss. I don't know if you know.
Also trips over his own feet.
That's coming up later. Yeah.
That was later? Okay.
Highly incompetent.
Yeah. How he made second-string quarterback is a mystery to everyone.
So Tami, as a result, gets to make her on-field debut. And it's a bit dramatically belabored. We're not going to put you through that, Chris. But we see her entire first drive, which ends with her first touchdown. And that's what I want to show. I want to show this for other reasons.
It's actually pretty well shot, the football scenes.
Yeah, and I believe Tami herself did all the throwing in the football scenes.
Oh, really? Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look bad like a lot of sports movies. It doesn't. It looks very natural.
Look at that crowd. Hear that band.
All right, so at this point, I need to point out, here's where this movie differs from reality. Because you see that crowd.
Yes.
This is an obvious Friday night hometown football crowd.
Right.
In reality, she was, I believe, a sophomore.
Mm-hmm.
She played JV.
Yeah.
She was never playing on the varsity team.
Yeah.
And that explains a lot of, there was never any competition for a scholarship. She was never taking anyone's job away. She was competing against 9th and 10th grade boys who probably weren't much bigger than her. I mean, we knew, you and I both in high school probably remember some scrawny 9th grade dudes that were on a football team. And by the time they became seniors, they were big, much bigger dudes and on the starting line and everything. But in 9th grade, the boys aren't that big.
Right.
It's very conceivable that a girl could play at that level. And that was the reality.
Yeah,
So,
and as you pointed out, there's not that kind of turnout for a JV game.
No.
The marching band doesn't turn up.
No, the cheerleaders aren't there.
No, they play during the day because they aren't worth the electricity. And then only if the field hockey team isn't using the field, and sometimes even when they are.
Yeah.
This is not a typical JV game. So I think a lot of the pomp, as we see here, was exaggerated by the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Yeah, for sure.
So the Grizzlies end up winning 7-6. In fact, a lot of these games, Chris, they end in what look more like baseball scores.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on. And I think this actually took place like around Pittsburgh in reality. But here they said it in Oregon. But I don't know.
Okay, I'm not sure about that. I did think, I did think I saw this took place in Oregon, but I could be wrong. I could have misread that.
Yeah, I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't know. I don't know what was going on in high school football in the early '80s.
Right,
it's a mystery to me.
Now, Tami and her team are getting a good deal of media attention, and this doesn't sit well with Tami's sister.
Hey, no way do we let the Grizzlies soon-to-be starting QB mess with manual labor.
Man, you could bust a fingernail or something. There goes Magic Hands and Maida for the rest of the season. And I'd have to play. Here. Don't hurt yourself.
All right. I need it. Oh! Get him on purpose. No, I really didn't. Just go ahead and laugh! Because everyone at school's been laughing at you ever since we got here. Think you're so great at parading around because you're better than us? On TV. I don't care. I don't want to be on TV. I don't want to be your sister.
Now, Steve, you may think that was a bit of an overreaction on her part, but what she's really upset about is she has an arranged wedding with Prince Valium, and that is, of course, the princess from Spaceballs playing that part.
Right, and I believe I don't think she says it in here, but there is kind of an undertone. What she's really saying, as you pointed out, is something along this line as well. There's only room for one princess in this family.
Yeah.
It's not the quarterback princess. It's Princess Vespa.
Yeah.
And by the way, they're stripping and repainting the porch of the house they're renting. I'm pretty sure that's not okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you're only going to be there a year.
Right.
Why would you bother?
So the Grizzlies play again, and thanks in part to Tami, they win 10-7, another baseball score. In spite of a couple of uncalled late hits on Tami, the boy she's been seeing a boy in her new school. She confronts the aggressive player, and that aggressive player knocks her boyfriend out. So everyone goes to celebrate this JV victory at Alf's Ice Cream and Burgers.
I'm sorry. I got to stop you.
Yeah?
This is my bad for not requesting this clip, but can we go back to where the guy knocks him out?
It should
be, it should be the scene
not
right
long
before this. Yeah. Because it's I found it interesting. That should be it right there, Jim. That's like the end of the game right there. Yeah. Okay. There's her getting manhandled. That was it. That was him laying on the ground after that man. Here he comes. Oh, he died back in here.
What are you doing out there, huh?
There's a guy just walks away. I think it's a perfectly normal thing.
Well, in his life, it probably is.
I would think that would warrant maybe a one-game suspension. You just knock a guy out on the sidelines.
I would think the two late hits would have been two separate flags, but that didn't occur.
It's like the Wild West in this league.
So everyone goes to celebrate the JV victory at Alf's Ice Cream and Burgers, which is real and is still open in McMinnville, Oregon, where this film takes place.
Alf's.
Now, I didn't do much research on it.
I think we may need to pause because...
Yeah, I want to make sure. I don't want to get too far into this.
Technical difficulties.